BooTube. It is like, shit, it's 1:12 right now. I was hoping to do this before midnight, but it's like literally 1:13 in the morning right now. So I have to be uberly quiet, so I'm sorry if you can't hear me. I will try to speak up as best as I can. At the same time, I'm probably gonna like scoot over so you can hear me. But like I said before in the previous videos where I'm in this background, it'd be late. People in my household are sleeping. And some people are kind of nosy. Like the people who are actually awake right now, because I live with 2 other people, right? The one next to me literally is asleep. But the other one either is asleep or is awake and is nosy as fuck and is probably trying to listen to what I'm trying to say through my door as per usual. So, this, hopefully I will manage to get this episode in. It's, Supergirl Season 1, Episode 12, which is titled Bizarro. And as you guys know, Bizarro, I'm gonna like go into a little detail about Bizarro already. Bizarro is a very well-known Superman villain. And if you guys remember in the comics, it's, again, a Superman villain. It's supposedly, a mirror image of Superman. And it kind of looks like a zombie-looking face thing going on. But, first appearance in Superboy number 68, and alter ego is El-Kal, or Kent Clark, which is obviously like the mirror image of Superman's real name. You know, like Superman's alter ego is Clark Kent, and Bizarro's alternate ego is Kent Clark, and like vice versa again with Superman. His Kryptonian name is Kal-El, and Bizarro's is El-Kal, you know, it's like literally the mirror image. And, place of origins like Bizarro World, and team affiliations is Injustice League and the Secret Society of Doom. And the abilities of Bizarro were pretty much, reverse versions of the Kryptonian powers. Like, there's superhuman strength, hearing and endurance, supersonic speed, flight, healing factor, invulnerability, heat and vacuum breath, apparently, and there's like freeze, spotlight, x-ray, telescopic and macroscopic vision. And for this one, though, hang on, let's see if I remember. Bizarro has made several appearances in a lot of animation, like Challenge of the Super Friends, Super Friend Team Galactic Guardians, Superboy, and of course the very popular Superman animated series, and Justice League Unlimited, and even appeared in some DC shorts. Bizarro has appeared in 2 movies, I think JLA Adventures, Trapped in Time, and Lego DC Comic Superheroes Justice League vs. Bizarro League. Several video games, but in live action, this is basically only the second live action this is only like the second live action viewing of Bizarro, the first one being in Smallville. And not only is this only the second time you actually see Bizarro portrayed in live action, only the second time, this is the first time Bizarro has been portrayed as a female. So this is going to be interesting. But anyway, going to the episode, I spent like 4 minutes talking about Bizarro, but basically, in Maxwell Lord's lab, if you guys remember in a previous episode, I can't remember which one exactly, but it's when Hank infiltrated Lord Technologies posing as Maxwell Lord, and also there's another moment where Jimmy has also infiltrated Lord Technologies, and they both come across this one room where the access pad, like all the rooms in Lord Technologies have keypads for access pad, but this one room, every room has a keypad except for one room, and it's like a special kind of pad to like biometric or whatever. And if you guys notice, the lab literally is numbered 52, and that is actually an Easter egg to, you know, DC's New 52 comic lore and all that, which is a pretty cool Easter egg, not gonna lie, and pretty obvious, not gonna lie. And basically in Lab 52, Max begins putting the final touches of his new creation that he apparently preserved from the morgue. And what he does, he basically injects like this special piece of hardware into this girl that we saw in previous episodes. And you remember the girl that Hank found in Lab 52 when he infiltrated the room. He found this one girl that was like seemed comatose, but then she did open her eyes, and her eyes are like absolutely pitch black. And you know, Max is injecting this special piece of hardware into her, and the infusion causes the comatose woman to all of a sudden come alive, and again her eyes are still pitch black. And Max, he's like hella impressed by the birth of his new creation. And basically you see him, you know, it seems to be like unwrapping her face or something, right? So in a way he's kind of like Frankenstein. He's like creating his own little Franken monster. And when you actually see what the woman looks like, the very woman that was comatose, apparently not only did he bring her back to life and she had like black eyes when she opened her eyes, Max apparently did some sort of cosmetic surgery on her, which pretty much makes her look exactly like Supergirl. With the exception of the whole, you know, her eyes were like black, right? So basically, like I said earlier, this is the second time we actually finally see Bizarro portrayed in live action, the first one being in Smallville, and this is the second time Bizarro's in live action, but this is the very first time Bizarro is actually portrayed in live action as a female version. So it's really interesting take, and she's following Max's orders because, you know, he's the one that brought her back to life, made her look like Supergirl and all that stuff, you know? Anyway, after the whole incident with the bridge, Kara's all frustrated over what just happened, and Hank is completely concerned the fact that, you know, if Maxwell Lord is capable of possibly creating a clone of Supergirl in order to destroy the legitimate Supergirl, you know what I mean? Hank is... I'm not gonna lie, I'm just like Hank. I would be very concerned at how far Maxwell Lord is going to try to destroy Supergirl. He managed to create another Supergirl to destroy Supergirl. I would be concerned too. Not gonna lie, I'd be like, what the fuck? That's going a little too far there, Lord. A little too far. But anyway, my memory. The next day, at Catco, Wynn is going over an issue with Kat when Kara realizes that she forgot her usual assignment, which is basically getting coffee for Kat. This is really funny. I thought this was hilarious because Kat, her personality is straight up changing. Ever since her son Adam Foster came along back into her life, she's been acting straight up different, and she's acting even more different, not only because her son's in her life, her son Adam's in her life, she's acting more different because Adam is going on dates with her assistant, which is Kara, right? And Kat comes out of nowhere, solving that coffee problem by not only getting herself her own coffee, she got coffee for Kara. I'm just saying, that's just abnormal behavior. I know that's not really relevant, but I thought that was pretty freaking hilarious. But anyway, leading basically Kara to believe that Kat is... all this niceness that Kat's doing is pretty much leading Kara to believe that Kat is literally playing matchmaker with her and Adam. She believes that, you know, since Kat's being all nice, she's playing matchmaker between, you know, her and Adam, which I think is kind of funny and may be true. You never know. But anyway, basically, Kara finally tells Jimmy and Wynn that she is actually going out with Adam Foster, and you know how Jimmy and Wynn know Adam Foster is in fact Kat's son. They're both in shock because, you know, it's Kat's son, and the fact that, you know, we all know that Wynn had feelings for Kara. He even admitted to Kara and kissed her, and obviously Jimmy is starting to feel something because you could see the signs, right? So the fact that two people that have had feelings for Kara find out that Kara is not only dating a guy, but dating their boss's, so that guy is their boss's son, basically, and both guys are starting to seriously have concerns, which I'm not surprised. I think they're obviously concerned because they both have feelings for Kara, whether it's past or not, they still have feelings for Kara, and she's going out with somebody, and then I know they're obviously having concerns because it's their boss's son. Anyone would be worried. If you're dating your boss's, like, you know, kid, that would be concerning. I'm just saying. But anyway, during a dinner, both Kara and Adam, they start having a conversation and getting to know each other, and at the same time, back at Lord Technologies, Maxwell Lord is ready to, like, do away with Supergirl, so he basically brainwashes Bizarro into thinking that, Bizarro, you are Supergirl. You are Supergirl. I want you to go kill the real one, and you will be the real Supergirl, right? And at that night, just as Kara's pretty much excusing herself from Adam that night, she sees a tram car that's dangling and ready to fall on TV, right? And she goes there as Supergirl and comes face to face with Bizarro, who is like straight up ready to kill Kara. And they end up in this fight, which causes the tram car to be even more in danger to the point where it breaks off the line and falls. And Kara sees this. She sees the wire snap and she goes rescue the tram car. And, you know, Bizarro witnesses this and later returns to Maxwell Lord, and Bizarro's like, you know, Bizarro, the way Bizarro's talking, even in the comics, Bizarro talks kind of like a child who's learning to talk, like little word by word, or like Frankenstein, you know what I mean? And Bizarro's all like, basically, when Bizarro is telling Max is that, you tell me that Supergirl's a bad girl, but she saved those people on the tram car. How can she be bad? But Max manages to convince Bizarro that despite the fact that Supergirl did save those tram car people, Supergirl's a bad person. And Maxwell Lord, you are a dick. I swear to God. If I didn't really hate your ass, I do now, even more than normal. But anyway, obviously, you know, Bizarro was created and the speech is not really there, especially like the intelligence is not somewhat there, the speech is obviously not there, but you could tell that Bizarro is smart in her own way, especially, you know, she witnessed Supergirl saving people, and she knows that saving people is a good thing, and seeing Supergirl save people, she's like, Supergirl can't be bad, Supergirl saved people, Supergirl must be a good person. So there's obviously a learning thought process there in Bizarro. And I hate the fact that Max is like not only brainwashing Bizarro into thinking, you know, a good person's bad, it's basically taking advantage of a very slow learner, you know? It kind of reminds you of when you get this person, like a normal person who's slow, and then some people out there in the world, no matter how cruel, manage to take advantage of someone who's slow, you know what I mean? And it really is a shame, you know, people with, like, who are slow in the head, or even, like, old people or crippled people, people take advantage of them because of those disabilities, and it's just messed up. And that's exactly like Bizarro. Bizarro kind of reminds me of someone taking advantage of someone with a disability, and it makes you really feel for Bizarro, because Max is literally taking advantage of this fairly, in a way, innocent, pure mind, who just doesn't understand the fact that they're being used, and it really sucks. But anyway, I will see you. I knew I was going to have a part 2, so I will see you guys in the next video for part 2 of Bizarro, guys. Bye, YouTube.